Order number 4. President Bongbong Marcos secures over 800 billion pesos in investment pledges after his 4-day state visit to Indonesia and Singapore. The Agriculture Department denies a shortage in the supply of sardines. The DA says there is enough supply to meet demands 3 times over. The Philippine peso continues with its losing streak after closing above 57 against the greenback. And in sports, the Philippines men's softball team is headed to the World Cup after a second-place finish in the Asian Cup. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Riza Diaz. The Agriculture Department is denying a supposed shortage in sardines. In fact, the DA says sufficiency level for sardines was pegged at more than 400% in the second quarter. The agency is also forecasting an annual production of over 293,000 metric tons, which is almost triple the expected national demand. Canned sardines manufacturers earlier warned of a possible shortage due to limited fishing waters, but fisherfolk groups Pamalakaya says commercial fishers are claiming a supposed shortage to gain more fishing access in municipal waters. The Health Department said it would have wanted to retain the mandatory wearing of face masks as policy after the IATF recommended its optional use outdoors. According to DOH officer in charge, Maria Rosario Vergere, the recommendation was made in order to strike a balance between health and economy. Vergere said there were data presented that supported IATF's proposal. Both the IATF and the DOH will meet with President Marcos today to discuss this recommendation.
Ito pong pinayagan at inirekomenda ng IATF is only outdoors. At ang kompromiso po na naibigay ng Department of Health sa IATF ay gagawin lamang ito sa low-risk areas at saka sa low-risk individuals. We have a meeting with the President this afternoon together with DILG para ipaliwanag sa kanya ng husto. Ito pong nirerekomenda ng IATF.
A Senate panel is recommending charges against 4 former government officials over the sugar fiasco. Men Los Baños with the report.
After 3 hearings on the botched importation of 300,000 metric tons of sugar, the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee released its report with 14 out of 17 members signing on it and 1 dissenter. The panel recommended the filing of charges before the Ombudsman for these 4 officials who signed Sugar Order Number 4, which supposedly bypassed President Bongbong Marcos. They may face administrative charges for gross neglect of duty and insubordination, among others. They earlier claimed that they signed the order to solve issues in the local supply of sugar, but majority of the members of the committee did not recognize that it was done in good faith.
The good faith presumption was rebutted. Diba? Alam naman nila na yung non-reply siguro, among others, non-reply sa approval would not be tantamount to approval.
The committee also recommended the filing of criminal charges against the 4 officials for violating provisions of anti-graft law, smuggling act, and usurpation functions under the revised penal code. Meanwhile, Executive Secretary Vic Rodriguez was not mentioned in the committee report. Recall that he earlier admitted to receiving a draft import order but did not respond to it.
No sufficient evidence to counter his testimony. There is such an offense called simple neglect of duty. Even in that circumstance, hindi nag-qualify.
Senator Risa Hontiveros, who dissented with the report, said it seems that the committee found some fall guys. She believes that the idea to import initially had the support of no less than the President. Senate Minority Leader Coco Pimentel, who did not sign on the report, said the minority will release their own report.
There were people who were persistently asking for approval, decision, or feedback. Persistently. and their requests for information or advice or decision were purposely not replied to, not responded to. Ngayon, you want them to go to jail?
The committee also wants transparency and accountability in issuing import permits. The lawmakers want to expand the Sugar Regulatory Board to have up to 8 members, with the Secretary of Agriculture continuing to act as the ex-officio chairman. The SRA is also urged to prepare the importation plan with safeguards, which will undergo review from higher authorities. Reporting for News 5, Mean Los Baños, we are One News.
More stories after this short break. Stay with us.
Magraratratang muli ang mga paborito mong PBA players sa half court. Mas pinalakas,
Ripa, nakawala, and he pushes it home.
mas pinatapang,
Linda like shaken bait. Flores attacks and slaps it home.
tuloy ang laban ng lakas ng tatlo sa PBA 3x3 Season 2. Simula September 10 sa One Sports at PBA Rush.
You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The Philippines has qualified for the Men's Softball World Cup after finishing second in the Asian tilt. Marty Bautista with the details.
The Philippine men's softball team is going back to the Men's Softball World Cup after another runner-up finish in the recent Asian Men's Softball Championship in Kochi, Japan. The team arrived early this morning at the NAIA Terminal 1. The RP Blu Boys lost to host Japan in the finals, but reaching the final stage was already enough for the team to make it to the World Cup for the 9th time in the last 11 editions. Before the finals, the team had lost to Japan and Singapore in the preliminaries, but bounced back by beating India 8-1. The Blu Boys ranked 21 heading into the meet. Head coach Apple Rosales says the team persevered despite fatigue and uncontrollable weather conditions.
Ang sinabi ng coaches, especially yung pitching coach, yung assistant coach ko na, Coach, wala nang bukas. Sabi ko, as a head coach, sinabi ko sa mga players na ito na yung pinaghahandaan ng team. So kung matatalo tayo dito, sayang naman.
This is the Blu Boys' first tournament since losing the gold medal match to Singapore in the 2019 SEA Games hosted by the Philippines. Team captain Michael Pagkaliwagan says getting to play in the Worlds is a dream come true.
Bago mag-start ng laro, sabi ko sa sarili ko, ibigay niyo sa akin, Lord, yung panalo namin kasi para ako po ngayon ay mag-retired na po ako sa paglalaro.
With this, the goal for the Blu Boys is a top 8 finish as they look to improve from their 16th place output in the last edition in 2019. The country's best finish was 4th place, way back in 1968. The World Cup is scheduled on November 26 until December 4 in Auckland, New Zealand. For News 5, Marty Bautista, We Are One News.
Here's a quick look at today's other top stories. A number of jobless Filipinos slid down to 2.60 million in July from almost 3 million in the previous month. The Philippine Statistics Authority says unemployment rate now stands at 5.2%, which is still high compared to pre-pandemic levels. President Bongbong Marcos has brought home over 800 billion pesos in investments from his state visits to Indonesia and Singapore. In Singapore alone, the Philippines managed to secure 374 billion pesos in investment pledges, which could generate at least 15,000 jobs for Filipinos. And the Philippine peso dropped to a new record low against the dollar after closing at 57.18. This is the 5th straight trading day of the local currency slump against the greenback. Now for more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.